episode of Tell Tehani. I'm Tehani Chandrasena, and today we have with us the exquisite Kavya De Silva, an extremely talented dancer and an avid photographer. Hi Kavya.
Hi, Tehani.
So to begin, tell us a little bit about your dancing career.
Oh, okay. So I started dancing when I was around 4, 5. So yeah, I started first with ballet, and then I was at another dance school, and then I moved to Diana's when I was, I think, around 5, 6, if I remember correctly. And I was started ballet first, and because she was doing the exams, so I started with that. And then I think when hip hop started for me, it was like the first concert that Natasha was having, which was Hypnotic, and then that's how like hip hop started. So I was doing ballet and hip hop for like the longest time, and I think like ballet was my main thing, but then when I discovered more about hip hop, that became the shift. So yeah, I've been doing ballet. I was doing ballet till like about 2 years ago, and I was doing my exams and stuff like that. But then hip hop was like more of the main thing for me, because I was
So
like,
if I was to ask you which one you prefer, what would it be?
hip hop,
Hip hop.
hands down. Like
Yeah.
not even gonna like. I mean, I love ballet, and I've always loved ballet, and but I think I peaked at such a young age,
Yes.
and the stress of like exams and having done so well before, and then having that stress and like pressure wasn't something that was like good on me mentally, I kind of felt.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think hip hop, I don't know, the minute I discovered that I was capable of doing it, it just stuck with me, and it was something that was never stressful or like mentally draining.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So, talk to me a little bit about the music. How does that complement your movement? And
For me, it's like it's different, and it depends on what type of music that will stick with me, because there are certain songs that I will listen to that everybody else loves, but I'm like, I don't vibe with that. That's not my go-to song or go-to vibe. But then there's like this really, then you have the most common songs that everybody listens to, that everyone loves. So yeah, that'll be like the vibe I want to hit, because it's like the beat and the bass of it, and it's like also the hype of the song.
Correct.
But then there are certain songs that like nobody's even heard about, and like when I listen to it, and it's also, if I listen to it for the first time and it sticks with me, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that's the vibe. And it's more, and like the genres that I like to do mostly are like straight hip hop, R&B, rap, and all. When it comes to though like the more girly side, I would like work with a little bit more of reggae, like dancehall, and like Afro, like stuff like that. But I've only gotten into that like only recently. But it was mainly hip hop and that genre.
Awesome.
Dance, yeah.
So, apart from dancing, I know you choreograph as well. So, how is that experience, and how is it different? Or what's it like working with, teaching other kids, teaching them how to dance, things like that?
Choreographing is actually really, really hard for me. Like, so in the dance like world, you're either a choreographer or you're a freestyler, and I freestyle. So there's this thing where like everybody says that if you freestyle, you can't choreograph, and if you can choreograph, you can't freestyle.
Yeah.
It's very rare that you find like a person that does both. So for me, like I've always been a freestyler, like from like baby days. That's how it actually kind of even started, because I remember one day at Natasha's, we were having a practice for her second show, Attitude, and I just remember watching one of the boys, and that I caught up on them, and then they saw me, and then we challenged, like we had a battle.
Yeah.
I mean, I got smoked, obviously.
Yeah.
But like from then it was like I used to just freestyle. Even
Yeah.
when I used to perform at like all these concerts and all,
Yeah.
like if I had a solo or anything, I never prepared. I was just, I did whatever. Because
Freestyle.
choreographing, was quite tough. It's still tough for me, but there's this, like, if I really want to do it, obviously I'll do it. And I have choreographed before. And it's a lot of fun. I think it challenges me, like, a lot.
Yeah.
Because it makes me have to push my creativity. And I love doing that, even though it's really, like, tough. And I draw inspiration from, like, lots and lots of things. Like even from opening a door, I use that as a move. In my career.
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, it's like kind of like that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, tell me how you feel about the dance community in Sri Lanka. Do you think they are appreciated enough, valued? Do people understand the kind of commitment that dancers go through, what they have to do to bring out that performance? Tell me how you feel.
I think the dance community is so underappreciated. Like, it's insane.
Yeah.
It's really like sad, because if you really look into it and you go for these concerts, you only see like stuff in Colombo, and it's that socialite vibe, and it's nothing compared to what you when you find dancers from rural areas. Like, man, it's crazy. They are insane. Those dancers can smoke any Colombo dancer, no doubt.
Yeah.
Don't even like expect to even like going in like supporting a Colombo dancer. We're going to get smoked by those kids.
Yeah.
And the passion and the energy that they have, it's so inspiring, and I bet they don't have half the facilities that we have.
True.
You know? And like when I watch them and I look at them and I'm like, man, you're insane. Like, you inspire me to push myself, and I'm the one with the most amount of it, and like, it's so sad.
Yeah.
And there's a huge community that nobody knows about. So I started competing professionally last year, and I went for a battle, and I didn't know much about it either. But when I went, and like all of these dancers, they're from all over, and I watched them, and I was mind blown, because I was like, oh my god, you're like crazy. And it was amazing, and I was like, I didn't know that this was there. Like, I didn't know how big it was, and it should be shown to the world.
Right.
Because honestly, they could represent us internationally even, and they do a way better job, I feel, even more than like foreign dancers.
Yeah.
It's insane, and it's like a lot of work that goes into it. Like, people think that, oh, like, you know, you can just put some moves together. You don't understand like how difficult it actually is, because there's a lot of like blood, sweat and tears that go into that whole process. It's not easy at all, and sometimes when you're not feeling inspired or whatever, that's the hardest part.
Yeah.
Because you need to feel inspired to, like, it's by anything. It's by the music, it's by the vibe around you, it's the tension that you put on yourself, it's the creativity, technicalities, the skill. Like, there's a lot that goes into it. And it's kind of sad that people just think that, oh, like, it's an easy job. It's the hardest thing in the world. Because it's like, the process of it is like, it's mentally draining sometimes.
Yeah.
It's super draining, I'm not gonna lie.
So, talking about that, tell me a little bit about training and what that is like, because I know the main thing that people think about these days is that dancing, oh, everybody can dance and it's not such a big deal. So tell me about your training and the level of commitment that goes into being a dancer and the time that you need to put in and things like that.
Not everyone's a dancer.
Yeah.
Like, it's not being whatever, but not everyone's a true dancer. I mean, everyone can dance. You're just grooving, yeah, you're a dancer, but you're not an actual dancer. I'm not trying to like wear it, because the training, it takes years. I've been dancing for 16 years of my life, and I still am not at my peak. Like, I've gone back to my training because I need to start again with my foundation and my base.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot that goes into it, and it's really, really tough. The hours you have to put in, you can't just go like for a few months and then hope to, keep it. You have to keep going.
Yeah.
Because each class and each session, each labbing session, it's all like practice and practice and practice, and it's all pushing your body to like the extreme and the limits, and it's really, really tough. And
it's all about being consistent.
Yeah.
And remembering
and
what
that's
you
like
have to do.
And if sometimes, like, for me, unfortunately, over the years, like, I haven't been able to like stick to my training. It's very like on and off, so I struggle so much. And then if I don't train for a while and then I go for a class, I don't do so well, and that's on me, because I didn't consistently go for my classes. And even if you have things, you have to make the time to do it. So you have to keep going, and you can't just think that, oh, like just because you can dance, it's so easy. Are you? No, it's not. Sometimes people see like classes or some routines that I've done, and they're like, oh my god, it's so good, and I'm like, that's like the worst thing I've ever done. Like, it's not, because I know the potential and what I can push. And each dancer, they all have that.
True.
You know, even though like the outside world thinks it looks so great, no, it's actually pretty average what you're just seeing right now. And I think only like a true dancer will know that. Everyone's dance, I mean, everyone can groove in the shower and, you know, whatever, and have some fun and all, but it's just like, I don't know how to like put it into like words without sounding.
It takes a lot of time.
It takes a lot of effort, and it's a lot of love and passion that goes into it, and you need to have it, because otherwise then you're just doing it for the wrong reasons. And dance is an escape, man. Like for me, it's my escape from reality. Because I can bring in my whole world into it, but I also can play a character. I have that balance with it, and it saved my life. I'm not even joking.
That's awesome.
It's literally been the one thing that has kept me going.
That's amazing.
And I owe like everything to it. You know? And it's like that for so many other dancers.
True.
And I know so many in the community, like Sandra and Sinali. Like, I watch them and I see the amount of effort and like the amount of hard work they put in. Like, it's crazy, you know. And they're teaching, and it's insane, and what they go through, and it's. No one will ever truly know just because they look good on Instagram or whatever. Like, you don't know what they go through like, to get to that. Like, even my mentor, Nadeem, I watch him, like, and I see what he also goes through, and he's gone through, like, he tells me a lot about his dance career and stuff. He's gone through so much to get where he is now, and it was not at all easy. Like, even though when we're practicing, and he'll give me a demonstration or whatever, and I look at him like, man, like, he's like, he's like, you know, it's easy. And I'm like, obviously it's easy for you because you are like amazing and like you can do this. But he's like, no, it took me years to become this. And you're obviously not going to get it like that. It's only easy for now because I trained so hard to get it, and it wasn't easy. So yeah, it was very like, you get what I mean? Like, it's that whole.
So thank you for sharing all of that, especially about your mentors and stuff. Shout out to them because they're awesome. So let's talk about your competitions. What would you say is your biggest achievement so far in terms of dance and performance? And tell us a little bit about that experience.
So I think, last year I competed professionally at the IW competition battle that happened at Royal Mass Arena, and it was my first competition, like, battle. Like, I've competed before, like, Illusions or Visaka, but that was something when I did, was, like, in school. Talking so fast. No, so this competition, it was my first time, and I was pretty nervous because I was kind of new to the battle, like, scene. And then I went and I managed to make it to the finals, and I came second. And
congrats.
Thank you. Thanks. And it was crazy for me because I was like, I didn't think I would get that far, and the amount of love and support, like, nobody even knew me, and like the people there, they were just like, the energy that they gave me was just like, whoa, like even more than getting into the finals and coming second, I was like, this is awesome. It's like, I was like, man, this is where I kind of belong, like, you know, like, this is what I need to do, like, this is who I am, kind of vibe. And I don't know, it was like, I think that was the highlight, like the biggest achievement for me.
So it was a very fulfilling experience.
Yeah, my heart was fluttering. Wow. And I've never been more genuinely happy, like, in my life.
That's amazing.
And like, obviously I wanted to go in and win, but I didn't care because I was like, more than even coming second, the fact that I'm here and I was able to be a part of this, I owe it again to Nadeem because it was him who like pushed me, and like he's the reason I even got to like the finals. I wouldn't have been able to do any of it if it wasn't for him. So, but yeah, it was like, man, this is like the craziest thing that's ever happened. You know, like it was insane. Like everyone just yelling, and like I think they were also really shocked because I was like a girl pulling out all these moves, and like it wasn't the same. It was like I was dancing. I dance like a boy, basically. I'm like a boy. It's little, you know. So like I think they were just really shocked because they had not seen something like that. So the amount of like, because I remember afterwards, like one of the judges also came and he was like, you know, you're a winner in my heart, and I was like,
That means a lot.
I was like, thanks, man. Thank you so much for telling me that. And I had like, there's one dancer. He's like the Sri Lankan moose. He's called YK. That's his dance name. Like, so each dancer, they have like certain names when they complete. And I was so like obsessed with him because I was like, you're so cool. And he's like literally the Sri Lankan moose.
Moose.
And he came,
Yeah.
and I remember my first round. He came right in front, and he was dancing with me. And I was looking at a video later, and I was like, oh my god, this is so cool. And then he came back after, and he was talking to me. He reposted my like one of my footage, like the
So
footage.
that's amazing.
Yeah, and I was like, and see, they're so like supportive of you too. So it was just like, I
So
don't know,
the
I was like,
dance community as a whole is wholesome.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's the best, man. It's like
Yeah.
the coolest thing ever, and they're all so nice. And when you do find a few people who are a bit like whatever, but majority of them was just so nice to me, and I was new to the scene. Like, I didn't know any of them, and they had their own thing going on. I didn't feel like I was left out. And like sometimes in like the industry and all, I do because I'm not really like I don't go for classes like that and all. The only like time I've actually felt like I've belonged is with like Nadim. When he started like teaching me, I was like, I feel like I have a person in dance now.
Yeah.
And so for me, when I went there, I was like, yeah, man, this is it kind of thing, you know? That,
Yeah. So I know obviously you're so passionate about dance and you've done it your whole life, but let's talk a bit about your family. They're all into designing, your mother, your sister.
Yeah.
How come was that ever a career choice, or was that ever even a passion choice? Did you think of going down that road, and if not, why not?
My whole family is super talented in different ways, and I think we all owe it to my grandmother, like Aunt Claire, because she's a queen, she's a boss, legend. From her, my brother and my sister and I, we all three, we act, and we all got that from her. But then there were different things that we really liked, and like my brother can sing really really well, and my sister, she's so artistically like
In tune.
yeah. I don't even know how to explain it. And even my brother, like, he was very much into the arts, but he was also like the smartest from us, so he had like a balance. My sister and I were way more into like the arts and the other stuff other than like the studies. Even my dad, he was also in school, like full sports vibe and whatever, but
Yeah.
he was also into that. My mom, like, dude, she's like cool, man, if you think about it, because she's really intelligent, but she also has this artistic streak to her as well.
Sure.
And like with her costumes and all, I think she's like the only one who can do it. Like, she's the best out of the best, and you can't like deny it.
Yeah.
So my whole family, we all have one thing, like all of us I think are artistically like the same,
Yeah.
but we have different avenues that we like
Excel
vibe
in,
with. Yeah.
yeah.
Because even my dad, he's been doing the corporate vibe for the longest time, and now he has his own little like thing agency where he manages like bands and stuff, and he
Awesome.
like loves
so
it.
entertainment.
Yeah, he's an entertainer basically, and it's because like of me and my sister, my brother, like because of us, like that he loves it, and I can see like he genuinely enjoys it also. So it's pretty cool, and it kind of feels like we're all like connected in that sense. But yeah, my family is like super talented.
So
That's
y'all
like
all
pressure,
kind
I think.
of draw off each other because
Yeah.
you're all so artistically in tune.
It's like
and-
super like tough sometimes because my sister and my mom, like I can't draw to save my life. Like I can't even draw a flower or a tree. No joke. Just gonna be super honest about it. But in that sense, like I've seen when they just like they're like when it comes to like fashion and stuff, I feel like my mom and my sister are kind of the same, and they have this like and my brother and my father, they have this like more business vibe, but it's also not the, I don't even know how to say it.
stereotypical.
Yeah, it's
business
very
vibe.
like gray area with them, so it's pretty cool. So I kind of draw off that
Yeah.
those two people like the set like
The
yeah
both of them.
yeah. So that's like how it is, but it's, I don't know even how it happened. Like I don't know how like we're all in our own way pretty cool. I mean, I have to admit.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah. So now I know you intern at a photography studio. So tell us a little bit about that, and what kind of a photographer are you, and why do you like it? Is it a hobby or?
I don't think I'm a photographer like yet. I'm still learning.
Yeah.
I don't like to call myself one yet because I think there's so much I have to
More to
learn.
it.
Yeah. So I started interning at this photography company called Jonathan's, and I started in Jan, and I've been there ever since. And man, I've had like the time of my life. I've learned so much since like the time I started, and they're the most nicest people ever, and I have so much respect for them. And because when I watch how they work, like it's really cool, and I don't know how to explain it. Like they're just like really cool people, and like when I and the way they balance like the business and them being professionals and then being just themselves, it's really like it it's like really mind blowing because I'm like sometimes hard to find that balance, but they have it.
Yeah.
And like yeah, that's just so they're pretty cool people.
So photography is an avenue that you're sort of experimenting with.
Yeah, I only like discovered it only like I think when I was 2 years ago when I was like 18, like back in school. We were starting to travel a lot, my family and I, and then after that like I just started taking pictures of my phone, and then I started taking them really cool pictures.
Yeah.
And I was like, it started being a lot of fun for me, and then having to edit and stuff. I was like really excited by that. And I was like, maybe this is kind of what I need to do, because everyone was like, oh, she's going to do dance when she like grows up and whatever. Like, because the plan was to like, I went to the States in 2017, and we actually went to Juilliard and we did a tour, and we thought I was going to go in that like direction,
Yeah.
but no, I was like, no, I wanted to keep dance.
Yeah.
I still do keep dance as more of like not a hobby,
But it's your passion.
yeah. And I was okay with learning about photography and making it more my career.
Yeah.
Because dance was the thing. Because, I mean, I pick dance over anything. It'll always be at the top of the list.
Yeah.
The photography is like up there too. But it was something that was okay with having to learn and study and then have as like a job, a profession. So yeah, and then I just started taking pictures, and I was like, man, this is so much fun, because I used to like look at pictures and be so inspired by that. I was like, that's kind of what I want to create. Like, I want people to see my pictures and be just really happy.
Yeah.
Not even anything else, just be so excited and happy with life.
Yeah.
Because I have felt that when I've looked at people's pictures and I've genuinely been in a really bad mood, and then I like look at the picture and I'm like, this has made me so happy and excited. Like, I don't know, it's like a weird way to explain it. Even when people like look at my Instagram, like I've just taken pictures off my phone, and they're like, so cool, and I'm like, they're like, this is like makes me feel happy, and I'm like, dude, that's so sweet, like thanks.
Because you need to put a lot of thought into it to make it look nice.
Yeah.
And you also have to have that eye.
Yeah,
Is
like
that people call it.
Thanks. That I kind of, so my sister too is very like, she was into photography too. So I think I got it maybe from her. But again, it's all about this artistic thingy that this whole entire family has.
Yeah.
That like
Puts it together.
yeah.
So finally, I'd like to ask you, so now you just told me that everybody thought that dance would be your end goal and that would be your career, but then you decided to make that shift, and it wasn't an entire shift in the sense that you're still following something that's artistic, because photography is amazing. So what would you like to tell to young individuals about changing their path, or like having a passion whilst following another career? Just a few words to
push through, man.
Yeah.
Just push through. You don't need to decide something now. People change their mind at 40, 50, and it's okay to do that, because life is so unpredictable, and like you don't want to put some added stress on you. And I'm telling you now, like, do what you want to do. Don't do things because your family is pressuring you to do it, or friends are doing this, or you saw someone else who said something to you. Forget all about that, because in the end of the day, you kind of need to just think about yourself and protect yourself. And something I've also noticed, like schools, they often put this pressure on kids to be a certain way that like they cannot express themselves or know who they are, and only later in life, when it can be a little too late, that's when they do, and then it puts them in this position where they're like, they get sad, and that's not fun to be, and it's not a nice situation.
And then confused.
So they're confused, and they just put this added pressure on themselves to be something that they don't even want to be. You know, that's for me, like when I left school, I think I am more myself than I ever have been. I've been so happy because I never thought I couldn't be myself in school. I know a lot of people that couldn't. So leaving school was the best thing for me, and I figured out then what I wanted to be. I didn't figure it out in school.
And you were able to express yourself.
Yeah, like if you look at me now and you look at me then, people were like, this is who you used to talk about being, and I'm like, yeah, now I can be that. Because I stopped caring about what everybody else thought about me. Sometimes that can be really bad, because I think it can like often make you a little bit like, you need to be a little bit more respectful of certain situations.
Yeah.
But I also think in our generation, everyone just talks so much smack and they say things, but don't listen to that. Just do your own thing, like, and just be happy.
Yeah.
Just
and follow your dreams.
just be happy, follow your dreams. Even more than follow your dreams, just be happy, because once you're happy, you will then follow your dreams. It's all about just being in a good, peaceful place where you are happy, you create love, you create peace, you're creating humanity within your society, within your family, within everybody. Just push through and you'll be fine. Like, you're supposed to have like really bad days. If you don't, when you get to that good spot in your life, like, it's not going to feel rewarding.
True.
So let the bad times roll. It's fine. And you can do it. Like, anybody can do it, man. Everyone can.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me, man.
Thank you so much, everyone, for being with us. We hope to see you next week on our next episode, where we will be talking to more inspiring young individuals. Have a great week, guys. Peace out.